Hello, my name is Deacon and welcome back to my Divide and Conquer Rohan campaign. So this is turn 10. As usual, I finished just about everything in this turn that I did like to do in the last turn, and we're basically ready to go to the end turn. It's just that this is how we left things last time, and I like to review a little bit where we are at. We have one spy and no money this turn, but we will have next turn, so I'm gonna force myself to create some new spies. I want more spies. And not spies, but spies. Can we? No, agent limit reached. So no, we cannot recruit any new spies. But I want to have some visibility in the rest of the areas that Isengard holds. Now, as far as our army is concerned, we've garrisoned up Derwath. And I said that I want to provoke Enedwaith into attacking us, so that actually means I should leave it.
Your orders, my lord.
Like almost ungarrisoned. And then maybe they'll attack us and Gondor will never ally with them. Because we want to conquer their area, their lands. If we were to play a long campaign, then we'd have to eliminate Mordor, which is tedious and messy. But for me, the campaign goals are to keep Gondor alive, and that means the west coast of the Anduin, this area, I want to keep out. They should keep out Mordor anyway, but if we can give them a hand and help them keep these settlements here, that'd be nice. I'd like to establish a beachhead, a foothold here in what used to be Rovanion, I guess, the southern lands here, which are now the dead marshes, but they weren't always filled with dead. It's just that there were these terrible, huge clashes of armies that filled the lands up with dead. And I believe they turned into marshes at a later stage. But anyway, if we were to conquer Gilead now, then first off, it wouldn't be walled. And I don't like that. So I would like for Isengard itself to build a wall there. And secondly, it would bring them below 3 settlements and create a dread stack that we're not able to beat for a while. So we're just gonna keep it easy, keep our calm. We won't rush Isengard, at least not in this stage. And but I do want Gilead as well. And my experience with Rohan is that for some reason you don't get any guilds in your starting settlements, but you do once you conquer these towns over here. So if we want melee upgrades, and we do want them, they're probably gonna spawn in these conquests. But for now we're fine. We're gonna train another spy, plant some watchtowers, retreat from Derwath, provoke Enedwaith into a war, and we've established a trade agreement with them, so they may not be so keen to lose their revenues from trade, but well, we'll see. And if not, we'll just go and attack them. And we might actually just do that. Move out with Gamling, tower up, grab a fight, withdraw, and then wait it out for a bit. So, any movement that we need to do on diplomats? Yes, no, I guess we're done for the turn. So I'm actually very much looking forward to continuing this campaign. Since I've come to deck, I did do well, a few halves, so to say. I've played around with the Woodland Realm for a bit. Same for
Tomorrow's journey
Lorien. I've played some Erebor. I've played some
stopping here.
Rohan before. I went 8 turns into Dolamroth. and 4 turns or so in Dale, and that's about what I've seen of Divide and Conquer in version 1.2. I did play a fair bit of 0.5 when that was out, and that's a while ago. The Great Hall. There's actually nothing that I really want here in terms of troops. Like I said, Tirtandwin, how about you build some roads here? And done here. Garrison, be the governor, the garrison commander, Lord Commander. Eomer can move to the front. We will have, do we have room? We have room.
Your orders, my lord.
Because once once we capture more settlements here. Huh? Radlag.
I'm gonna stick you.
What are you doing here? I often wondered though if they try to, because this part here used to have a crossing, and I believe they made some map changes in this area, so he might think that he can cross but is unable to cross. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 units there. It's a general, and we have quite a few numbers more. So first things first, we'll kill this army and then tower up and attack Enedwaith. And we are constructing something to create spies in Dunlostier. See if we can do the same here in... oh no, there is. We can, but let's get some economy first, because I think in this area I'm supposing that we are pretty safe. Yes, we have a diplomat here.
Your orders.
And what was I going to do? I think I want an alliance with the dwarves of Khazad-dûm, because eventually we will conquer all the Dunland lands and have a border with Khazad-dûm. That's supposing that they conquer the west of Moria, which I think they will. But that also means I can simply walk this way, which is easy. We have a mission to take the settlement of Ghent in 15 turns. Well, as I just mentioned, we do have other plans for Gumling here. What do we have in terms of infantry? 2 units, 1 archer unit, 1 horse archer unit, 2 Rohan riders and general and scouts, which means
my lord
that we could have a few troops more. And as much as I like to garrison up the Volburg,
yes, my lord,
I don't want these guys to keep moving into our lands. So they're going to occupy the bridge, and we will bring some of our better troops, but not all.
yes, my lord.
That will be these, actually. Now, the Helmingas I'm going to stick in here. I'm going to stack the rest of this army right on top of it, and then
yes, my lord.
attack Buddy. What do we do?
We shall engage.
Your orders, my lord.
I was so sure that we would have movement points left, but it may be due to the horse archers here.
Your orders, my lord.
Well, it'll have to wait a turn. So it means further delays in our plans, and it's my own fault, I guess.
Yes, my lord.
So we've moved pretty much everything that we wanted to move at 400 gold. I don't think it will buy me anything. There's no, seems to be no enemy movement in the area. So we'll just go into the next turn. How the hell did he move out of this position?
Yes, my lord.
Alright. I'll leave it up to Eomer and his buddies there to kill that that army over there. We are simply going to pick a war.
This tower will keep vigil over the lands.
Let's see. Is there... Ah, there is Karas over there. So we'll just attack there. I don't even want to keep that settlement. I just want Enedwaith to be at war with us. Which will hurt our economy because we did create a trade agreement with them. Can we recruit anything here? No, we cannot. And... well, Casa Doom.
Your orders.
I tend to forget
Approaching their
doing
dignitary.
stuff with my diplomats. It's
Yes,
rather
my
silly.
lord. Without question.
Hello,
Jim.
Bree.
Yes. What is it you wish to
I would like to establish trade relations with you.
Possibly a mis-
And
another
then I would
proposition
like
for
to
us, then?
exchange map information
This
with you.
proposal is of little interest.
Yes, let's do it. Councilman
We
Andy.
cannot thank you enough for it. Another
With that, I
proposition.
think Barliman already
happy to
died.
listen.
Boy.
You hold us at Rav another
Alright,
worthy
we
proposal.
have a
then.
worthy proposal.
Excellent. I must say, we are well. That
Okay.
seemed fruitful. Farewell.
Too bad. We
Without
couldn't
question. Yes.
get military
Tomorrow's
access. It's
journey
not that we
planned out.
really need it. I don't want to move further north than the river here. I don't want to take a region. So that would do for that. Then we have money left to spend. So Edoras, can you give us an economy building, chicken farming, market? A market. There you go. And now Erkenbrand. Go after this Radlak guy. Hello. Hi. We have a general, spare guard, bane guard, and raiders. We have horse archers, archers, more archers,
Muster your courage, men.
infantry.
We march into battle. Units, await my orders.
Oh, that's true. I changed my HUD settings. Ah, what the crap.
Be ready,
Helmingas.
gather your weapons.
Sparemen. Sparemen. Guards of Medicite.
Units, march.
But I can't play without my interface. I put it away just moments ago because a friend of mine is a graphics designer. How do you call it? Yeah, something like that. And he offered to make some thumbnails for me. And I have time. I'm actually 40 years old. I'm an old fart. But I have time to play these games because it's a long story. But I broke my leg, my right upper leg. I fell rather ugly, and then the bone was in 3 parts basically. It was broken in 2 places. It fell into 3 different parts, and then I was operated. I actually fainted because of the pain. They tried to put me on a stretcher to go into an ambulance, and they gave me the heaviest kind of sedation that they could possibly find. but I fainted anyway. It was just too much pain to withstand. So yeah, bad luck, I guess. And well, after fainting, they carried me to the hospital. The doctor operated on me and basically screwed up. He just he put my leg back, my hip in a twisted position, and they put bolts and screws and stuff all through my leg. I'm like a walking tool shop. So not good at all. And well, apart from the hurt and the sadness and the grief, I tried a career switch quite a while ago. I was an entrepreneur. I had multiple companies and some worldly success, you might say. So I've had 4 companies in a row. First few adventures, they went rather poorly for me or for some of my customers. At one point I sold tons of bananas from Ecuador into China. I made 2 visits to China, and usually people like to check on their customers, make sure they pay. Well, my customers, they paid in advance even. The merchandise never came though. It simply never arrived in China. So that was well, bad luck, I don't know. I probably, most likely, it's quite likely that I made mistakes. I always do. I make interesting mistakes though. So watch me making my mistakes, and people learn from my mistakes, and I've learned as well. So that was one company I decided to discontinue, and actually that wasn't my first. It's I have a long history of establishing companies. Most of the time for other people in a higher position. And at some point I've often had clashes with bosses who couldn't really give me the freedom, I guess, that I needed. I need to have some freedom, not of speech, but of I don't know. I need to do my own thing. That's basically it. And some people found out that if they let me, I make them money, and if they don't, I get bored or annoyed. I don't function very well. People start to get too much involved with whatever it is I'm doing, and that being the case, I figured out, okay, let's just not work for a boss again, ever. I'll be my own boss. But I also have ADHD. Some of you may know what that is. And it means I've been self-starting, self-initiating, self-governing for since 2010 basically. Working from home and alone most of the time, and that is for someone with the diagnosis I have, that really is just too much of a challenge basically. And if all things considered, the stuff that I have been able to do in spite of, maybe also thanks to those things. I mean, ADHDs, they can be quite creative, and I have the good fortune to also have a fast processor. Let's put it that way. I have limited working memory, which is just average. I will remember if you tell me to recall a phone number, I will, but only for so long. I don't have an incredible working memory, but my processor speed, however, the speed at which I can take in new information and analyze it, is well above average actually. They measure those kinds of things in terms of IQ, and that particular aspect of my IQ is around 100. The recording has hiccups whenever a load screen is there. While So, two things I was saying during the load screen. I'm recording this with Shadowplay, and Shadowplay for some reason doesn't like the end turns. I don't know why or how or whatever, but they just get skipped. So I was saying I have ADHD and the IQ of a teenager. Now the processor speed of 145 IQ. So that's enabled me to, for example, learn modding. I created my own mod, coming from no background in modding whatsoever, and then I wanted to change a few things which I wrote down, and then I started doing the stuff that I wrote down that I wanted to do, and the list became longer and longer, and the more I found that I could actually change all that stuff, the more I started to change. So in the end I ended up modding basically everything that you can mod in the game, save for mesh files, the animations and the 3D models, and writing my own scripts. I did change and adapt scripts, so I've actually fixed 60 turns per year for a hot seat, enabled proper aging on the generals in MOS 1.7, but up to that point I had not read anywhere that anybody actually managed to do that. There was a lot on the forums of people who tried, and it seemed to be rather difficult. But I managed, and I've had quite the fun playing a hot seat campaign by myself. So it's simply play all the good factions in turn.
Yes, my lord.
I could play the battles in the end turns with the different factions that I was controlling. So there was no auto resolve. And then what happened is I bought this new PC and made a backup in a cloud server, and I tried to copy it all back, and then it started to have these corruptions and error messages, and now it's all in a folder that I can access, but if I try to open files it says I'm not authorized, and I'm basically just enjoying DEC as it is, which is another version than what I used to play. And it's full of surprises for me, and that's also fun. So I'm enjoying whatever DEC throws at me, and basically having a good time. But every now and then I do get an itch, a little trigger, to see if I can do stuff. But so far, this playthroughs that I've been uploading, they are completely free of mods changes. I didn't change anything myself. Tiret Anduin, please build a port. There we go. We have reconstructed. We built another smokehouse, so we should be able to train a scout, a spy. Here, next turn. There we go. So we'll have another spy. And right now we'll have more watchtowers.
This tower will keep vigil
Which
over
is
the
like
lands.
basically, if you're me,
With honor.
constructing watchtowers
This
is
tower will
almost
keep
what you live
vigil
for.
over the lands.
It becomes such a
Yes.
such a habit. I won't mention
Yes,
OCD
my
because
lord.
there's way too much OCD-ishness in comments and slang, and I think most gamers love to mention it in some respect or some regard. Money-wise, we are still in the positive. There's still no any invasions called, but I'm expecting that sort of soonish.
Have a taste of my blade.
There's an army we could probably beat.
Your orders, my lord.
However, I'd also like to see what happens if we just position ourselves on the bridge here and retrain some of our troops. Let's see if
Yes, my
I
lord.
can retrain these scouts.
Yes.
Can we? Yes. Alright. Then we'll move the Rohan riders into the army. Now money is spent, so no more retraining for today. But we do have a diplomatic mission. Are we going to try and capture Gint and complete that mission? I guess we might.
As you wish. Stopping here.
This guy needs to reach an
I shall continue
alliance with
tomorrow.
Ededluin so we can have those pesky wars in our recruitment buildings. I was disappointed not being offered a guild here at the start of the turn. So we'll see what we have to do
Yes,
in
my
order
lord.
to reach that. Go away.
Approaching their
Copyright.
dignitary. Tomorrow's journey planned out.
Could have moved to the fort and pick up my alliance there. But I don't think they're very keen to ally. We'll see. Now, many of my Rohan Riders units are quite depleted, and I want to keep them alive, so at some point I'm gonna enter battles and have only depleted cavalry units
Your orders, my lord.
and attack neutral faction,
We shall engage. We
maintain
shall
siege,
prevail. Yes.
faction air.
Yes, my lord.
To battle.
Let's maintain
Yes.
the siege.
Your orders, my lord.
I don't know what we're gonna do. We have our war.
Approaching.
We've killed off our trade agreement with them. It's costing us some money. And wow, what the heck? Oops.
I'm gonna stick you.
Yes, my lord.
I wonder. I think I prefer to defend the Foldberg and sally out once we can. We need troopsies. We need bodies. And this Derwath castle over here, it's not manned, nor do I have the men.
Your orders, my lord.
And we don't have the infantry bodies to properly defend the bridge. Because we need rear charges, and bridge battles are not very
Yes.
favorable
With honor.
towards rear charges. So we're just gonna sit in our Foldberg castle. We have our war. We have a mission to capture Gint. I don't know where that is.
My lord.
Probably here somewhere.
Approaching quietly. I shall.
Was that your best shot?
Druidane hunters. What the heck? They look nice. Stats not so impressive though. Yes, I want another spy, but it'll have to be next turn, because we need bodies first. Corpses, I might even say. We're in the positive, so we can train the extra troops. Stables in the Volberg, which is why we are now retraining those Rohan riders I was just complaining about. So
yes, without question. Yes.
Casa Doom.
What is it you wish to talk about?
How about some trade rights?
That seems another
How about
proposition for us, eh?
map information? Well, that should make you like me. How about an alliance then?
No.
How about an alliance and a regular tribute of 100 gold coins and 20 turns? That should make you pleased.
I see you have something
How
else
about
you
an
wish to
alliance
propose, then?
and 150 gold not 1250, 150 gold coins for 20 turns. I guess they won't go for it until we reach a very generous, my expectation now. They may like it more if we offer them
No. Your
more
good
money.
reason has us open to
200,
further plans.
4,000 gold I'm offering. I don't have any gold to offer right now though. Okay. 250 and 20 turns. How about that? Then I'm gonna stop here. We'll have to get the alliance later, because it will be a long while until we conquer these lands, and they may start to like us more in the meantime. We've tried.
Yes, my
I won't say we failed. We've brought ourselves closer to our objectives. Now, end turn. There's nothing here, and it's something I quite don't like. Who shall we send?
My lord.
Which Rohan riders are being retrained? None actually. Retrain the 24 guys. There's not enough money for them. Then we're not immediately who to send. Can they reach Derwath? No, they cannot. So we should be okay. And alliance, war. Who's at war? Oh, us. Returning. Yeah, okay. Next turn.
My lord, this is a perfect position to ambush. We must make a stand. We are besieged.
Huh. Well, we are besieged,
Have a taste of my blade.
and it's not the best of armies, nor is it the worst. And they have quite the number of units compared to our army. We're roughly, we actually have more units, but some of our numbers are still a little bit depleted. We will sally though, and we will crush them. And in the meanwhile I'm gonna try and beef up our infantry. Our meat shield. We need more of a meat shield because they are doing a follow-up attack. Well, I can't possibly defend Karas from both Enedwaith and Isengard. What's for hire here? Bandits. And is there anything else we can do? Spares. Well, I actually prefer to keep those spare guys in reserve. Unit pool is as a maximum, and I want to retrain my spares over there. Same for my Haminga. So we need to beat this army, send back some units. Rohan Riders though is going pretty nice for us. However, having another retrain point over there is going to help out a lot. And this is a castle, so we may also want to build up some recruitment buildings here, because we are generally,
Yes, my lord.
we are to follow the missions in general. That's one of the house rules.
Quietly. Your orders, my lord.
Alright.
Yes. Pulling back from the walls.
Pulling back from the
Making camp
walls,
here.
making camp there.
My lord. Approaching quietly.
So
Tomorrow
then I guess it's over
find
here.
out. I shall continue tomorrow.
Can we train? No yet. 2 turns, 2 turns. And once we beat back this army, something is gonna sit in here.
Yes, my lord.
Ah yes, we did train some new troops here. And I'm going to place them next to the enemy army. I'm going to place them here.
Yes.
And then sally out. But that'll have to wait until our next episode, which I'm very much looking forward to. Also, I'm looking forward to your comments, questions, suggestions, feedback, and whatever it is that you have to offer in terms of interaction. I like to hear from other gamers or other Lord of the Rings enthusiasts, Tolkien enthusiasts. So let me know. Please also like, share, subscribe to my channel, and follow this campaign for future updates. And I hope to see you all again soon.